Good morning, everyone, and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are still working on our Jelly Roll Irish chain. So this is our Saturday morning sew-along. I hope everyone is doing well. I am on the mend, and what I'm doing, let me just show you where I'm at, and we'll just start sewing and chit-chatting. I already have my odd number rows. Our odd number rows start out with a 9 patch and end with a 9 patch. Our even number rows starts with a white and ends with a white. So I have I don't know that I have enough, but I have more if I need to make more. I might have just run out of the white fabric. I'm supposed to have 25 of these. Let me check and see that I do. Okay. It looks like I need 2 more, which I have 2 more blocks here. I'll need to cut some more. I pulled out 5 because I know I need 5. Let me make sure I pulled 5. Yeah. I know I need 5 for the ends of the rows. But what I'm going to start doing is just taking all of these and doing them in another set of 2s. Because this is a set of 2, and I'll put another one on it and make a set of 4. And I'm just doing that to all of them so I can grow my rows. I guess that's what I'm doing, is growing my rows. And all I do is just match that up and put it here. And like I said, I have all of my odd number rows, like my first row and my last row. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to do something about my thread because it breaks every time I use it. I am going to change my needle out because I still have a quilting needle on here, and I don't need a quilting needle on here. I just need a regular sewing needle, so I'm going to change this out. So while we're dealing with a broke thread, I'm also changing out my needle here. Make sure I have it all the way in there. Oh yeah, I just saw a mosquito in here. That's not a good sign. I don't even know when a mosquito would have gotten in here. But what we're doing today, and y'all probably noticed I have a long sleeve on. When I got up this morning, it was quite chilly in the house. Now, you notice I'm not paying attention to what my colors are on my squares. I'm just putting them together and sewing. That's all I'm doing. This is, it's a jelly roll, so it's scrappy. But I'm just extending my rows so I can get them, when I get them together, all I have to do is press. And when I will press each set that I do, because I'm finding I do better if I press as I go and not wait until the end to press it all at one time, because that doesn't work very well for me. Especially if I just press them all the same direction. That's going to be hard to do. I probably do need to press them because I pressed everything to the right or to the white. So the next time I have to press everything to the 9 patch. So I may need to wait and just press them all at one time so they're already, it'll be easier to press them all to the same side, because if I do them again, if I press again and press to the white, then I'll have it going into the white and not all go in the same direction. And the instructions of the pattern actually say to press, you know, your odd rows to the right and your even rows to the left. Now, is that the way mine are going to be? Probably not. I mean, I can press them and then just flip them to wherever they're going to be, you know. Guys, it's so, so nice to be back in the sewing room. I don't know about y'all, but I miss my sewing room when I don't get to sew. And I'm still not getting sleep, so don't get... Don't by any means think that I'm like 100% because it was 3:30 this morning before I finally could get some sleep. And then my cat woke me up at 6 o'clock, I think. He needed to go outside and go to the bathroom, which is his normal time to go out. So, I mean, his schedule does not change because I'm not feeling well. But, so I'm tried to stay awake all day. It's been a struggle. It's been a big struggle. But I've got to get myself back on schedule because my husband comes in tomorrow. And we've already talked about working in the garden. You know, putting the garden beds to sleep for the winter. And I have some that are, you know, like I have a strawberry bed and an asparagus bed. And I have several beds of basil that can overwinter. I think they overwinter in our area. I don't know. But if they don't, it's okay. All I have to do is just reseed it. Because everything I have out there, I just sprinkled seed out there and just let it go. And I have got some of the most beautiful purple basil out there. I don't know what to use purple basil for. I just grew it because I thought it was pretty. But I will figure out what I can use it for. Now, it is not in the ground. It is in a raised container. So if I find it's not something that's beneficial, even though it is pretty, if it's not beneficial, I'll get rid of it. It has to bring bees, or it has to be something that I can use. Now, I have zinnias out there that brings a lot of bees, and I have mums that I planted. I've never planted mums from seed and have it live, but I have a little garden bed right now. It's actually a kiddie pool. That's kind of my tester garden, is the little kiddie pools. Full of, I think it may be marigolds. It's not mums. I think it's marigolds. Did I say mums or marigolds? It's not mums. But I test in those little kiddie pools to see if it's something I can use. Now, I do have, like I said, strawberries. I have shampoo ginger. I'm going to be cleaning out my cucumber beds. I didn't get enough cucumbers to pickle, so I don't know that I'll do that again. Not when it's so easy to buy cucumbers, you know. Somebody will have them. Somebody can grow them, I can't. But I think what happened with mine was I had to do a second planting because the first ones were just awful. And I don't know that I'm going to rip out my back bed. My kitchen garden is in the back of the house, and it's a raised bed. And I put some sweet basil in it. I have chives in it. I have Tabasco peppers in it, which those are coming out. But I put verbena in there, and I know verbena is a perennial. But I have oregano and thyme and rosemary in that bed also. So I don't know which ones are going to grow and which ones aren't. The rosemary, I always have trouble with rosemary overwintering. So I haven't decided. My husband said something about kind of doing a makeshift greenhouse over it. You know, put a frame over that bed and cover it. sort of like a greenhouse, to see if we could get the rosemary and the thyme and oregano to survive. Okay, so I have one, and I need to do 2 more. I know I have 2 more in this box. I was wondering why I had extra, but I don't have enough of the white pieces, which is kind of strange to not have enough of my background pieces. I'm just going to take 2 of my background pieces over here, or my solid pieces, and sew these. And I will have to press these and trim these down. But I don't know why I would have 3. Oh, because I have 5 on each row. Okay, and an odd number. Okay. But we're going to be sewing just for an hour tonight. Maybe a little less, just to see how far we can get. I don't know how far I'm going to get. I hope to get a row or 2 assembled. So that's my goal for tonight, is to get a row or 2, at least 1 row completely assembled. But how I do it, I'm doing more than 1 row at a time, so I'll probably get more than 1 row assembled, and that would always be great. But if we get done early, I'm going to at least assemble the rows. I won't press them. But if I get all the rows assembled, that's where we'll end, because that way I can press separately. Okay, so now what we are going to do, I'm going to press these other 2 rows I just did, so I can go on and assemble them. Okay, so I have all of my strips done. So what I'm going to do is, I'm sitting here thinking I probably just messed up. I probably need 5, because I think there's only 5. Yes, there's only 5. So I need to do, I will do 5 of these. And then I will have to take some of these apart. I knew there was a reason I had that spare one, and I had to think. Had to think really hard about that. Lack of sleep, lack of brain function. That's what it equals. And now I went to Stitched in Faith today, and they are having a flash sale on the kitty corn. Y'all will see this Saturday morning, and it is still going. You should give them a call if you're interested in it. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they do shipping on that. I'm sure they would, but give them a call if you're interested in getting some of that kitty corn line. They have a couple of the pattern books left. I saw those today, and I think they still have some of the panels and some of the fabrics. I don't know what the flash sale was. You can check it out on their Facebook page. Also, because that's where I saw it. I saw it on their Facebook page, and then Ava mentioned it to me today, too. And I have that already because I kitted out to do a quilt with one of the panels that you have to applicate it onto the quilt. Okay, so that's row 2. So here we are on row 3. And notice I'm just grabbing it. It's no rhyme, no reason, just grabbing. Okay, that's row 3. Let's get started. Oh, I'm pulling one that I've already sewed, aren't I? Yep. I need to get those out of my way. So that's row 3. This is row 4. And I am making the large throw on this. So, and this will be row 5. So let's take row 5. And then the others I'll have to take apart and add one on each row. And when making this Irish or Jelly Roll Irish chain, make sure to trim your blocks down to the size they're supposed to be. And the reason is because if you don't, they may not, your seams may not match up real good. But I pin all of my seams to make sure those at least match. But that don't mean there's not going to be an issue somewhere else. Okay, I think that's all 5 of them. We'll see here in a second. Okay, that is all 5. So what I need to do is take these 2 apart. I have one right there. My seam ripper went MIA there for a second. So all I need to do is just pick this. Now, this really isn't an error. I just sewed too many of them together, so I guess it is an error. But no harm, no foul, easily corrected. Things like this, I think, happen to make me slow down. Slow down. And with this quilt, I will say I have slowed down a lot on this quilt. I'm not in a rush on it. I'm not, I'm taking my time trying to get it done. Now, this is a quilt that I will be sending to the long arm. I have one other quilt, my grandma's scrap quilt, that will go to the long arm. And y'all, when I was in there today, they were talking about the quilt show. It's not going to be judged or anything. So, Miss Shayla, I think, has talked me into putting my pressed flowers into it. But I still need to bind that. But you know what better way to make myself get it done than to put it in a quilt show. And it is pretty. That was not a boxed kit because I did not buy the fabrics. I got patterns, but okay. And that y'all know I finished it in my own fabrics that I picked out. Well, me and Miss Sheila picked out at the quilt shop. She and I picked fabrics out for finishing, I think, on that one. But it would be nice to have that quilt finished, and I could probably put that. I don't know what they're going to do. I think it's just, your name's just going to be on it. Which, that'll give me something good. My first quilt in a quilt show. Because I've never put a quilt in a quilt show, and I think that would be fun to do. And, why not? Why not? Well, y'all, this is going pretty good. I'm looking here, and it looks like we've only been sewing for right at 30 minutes. So this may be a really short video today, guys, because I think all I'm going to do is just put these rows together, and then we will have one more sew along with this. And that, because I will press this all, and then we'll come back and put it all together. And when I press it, sometimes I do a row or two together, you know, just to get it started, so we're not here all night. And it is nighttime for me, guys. Even though you're seeing this or you're getting it in the morning, it is nighttime for me. And I'm actually going to call it a night early tonight. Let's see, what time is it? It's only 8 o'clock. And I'm ready to call it a night. I have been making myself stop in the evening. And I sit down and I watch a movie and trying to slow down now. Like last night, I just couldn't. So that's why y'all got, I quilted the boo quilt and bound it last night until 3:30 this morning. So, yeah, I don't want any more nights like that. And I've had people tell me, just go to bed and you'll go to sleep. No. When your insides are going 90 to nothing and your brain won't slow down, I have to get up and do something. Because I feel like when I got that much going on in my head and inside my body, if I don't take advantage of it, I feel like I feel like that's energy I'm wasting. Because, you know, energy at my age don't come free anymore. It comes with a toll. Okay. Well, guys, I think that is all 5 of our even number rows. And I have all of my odd ones back here. So I think what I will do is I will press these all out. It don't really matter which way I press them. Because, well, I do need to still add a white block on the end of each of these. Which I need to cut. I need to cut some more of those. 2 more, I think, is what I needed. And I may actually have 2 more because I had some extra fabrics. And that might have been one that I had. So, guys, here are my rows. They're a mess right now. I will get them straightened out. I will get the white piece sewed onto them. And I'll get the white piece sewed on, then I'll press them out, and then when we come back next week, we will, or I may do this for tomorrow also. I have something else I want to do tomorrow for my sew-along, but I really want that to be a premiere instead of a sew-along, so I kind of need to be here to do a premiere. So I won't be here in the morning. But we'll just come back and do it, and I'll bring you guys along with me. So, guys, if you have not yet, please give me a thumbs up. That does help my channel grow. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.